meeting of the Board of Commissioners of South Lafourche District will now come to order. Rolling Gibbons, allegiance and pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
Mary, please call the roll.
Ronald College.
Here.
Clarence Martz. Mitch Denhoff. Roland Huron.
Here.
Roland Guidry.
Here.
Bob Falk.
Here.
McNeely Rome.
Here.
Keith Guidry.
Here.
Monty Vegas. Mr. President, we have one.
Okay. You've been presented with minutes of the regular meeting last June 10th. Any corrections or deletions or additions to those minutes as presented? If not, the chair will entertain a motion to approve. Moved by Keith, second by Roland. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. I have nothing to report. Anybody in the audience for the purpose of addressing the board? Anyone in the audience? If not, we'll go on to the general manager's report. Wendell?
I'll give a couple slides. I'm always setting that up. July the 4th, we celebration, but from 1816 till the Civil War, January the 8th, we celebrated Wars of Independence Day. That was about yards. Until that time, the Civil War, of course, a lot of things changed after the Civil War. But defeating the British, who were the #1 power on the earth, when the United States was like a third world power, and we beat the British, that's like we had going to Iraq and lost. And that's why we celebrate so much, but then, it's, January 8th is important, but not celebrated like for independence.
The battle was fought after the treaty had been signed.
That's right. Do you think they would have given it back had they wanted it? I don't think. All right. Well, got a few projects moving.
Battery.
I don't know. Press this.
In preparation for hurricane season, we do our exercise every year. That's the intersection of 3235 with the LA 24. That's the barrier we put up. Now, the need to put a barrier up, it's only going to be when there's a real powerful storm. This is the road is already near about 10-foot elevation. This brings it up to 13. And so, we're going to try to hesitate on doing that, because of the problems it's going to cause with traffic. But our guys put it up. How quick was that, Drake?
40 minutes up and down.
40 minutes. And what we would do would probably take less time because we had the guardrails were still up. If we thought there'd be a situation where we would change it, we'd get the guardrails off, so we'd probably get it out in less time. But our guys put it together quickly, and we think it's going to be a good work for us. Also, this is in the C North area. We had 3 pipelines cross the levee, and I just want to show you the difference in protection we have. That was at an 8-foot elevation, this wall that we built, and that's when we were building the first lift of the levee. Now, with the sheet pile that we put, we're protected up to 13-foot elevation. Of course, we raised the levee too. The levee used to be the same height as this. So now we have the levee at 13. So just understanding the improvement we've been continue to have in the system. Now this is the area on the west side, just in C South area. That's where it begins the difference between C South and C North. And that's the project that's being done by the contractor working on the canal up there. And what we've ended up doing, we took the dirt from here and placed it on this side. Now, it's there, it's dry, we can get it, and this contract was designed to be able to get a long reach excavator, take it from here without having any more barges involved, and bring it to the levee. But it's a long distance, and we're going to look at 3 or 4 different ways of bringing the dirt closer to the levee and minimizing the cost. But as you can see here, here's ready to the toe of the levee, and we've moved all this dirt from the other side of the Borough Canal to this location. Now, we have dirt here, the levee can subside a good bit, probably over the next 10 years, we won't have to look at bringing dirt from anywhere else. But right now, the levee's around 15-foot elevation, we'll bring it up to 18. Once we decide how we're gonna bring that dirt over. So another shot showing platform station number 2 and looking south, of course coming up here toward the Apache Farm. And then showing how the material is solid. Now we have the project at the Rose floodgate is going to begin. To start off, they're going to do a test valve, but to do the work, they had to take a piece of the levee off. Now we're standing. This view is like I have the Catholic Church behind me. So this is the Rose floodgate, and LA 308 right behind me. And you can see we got it back down from a 13 to about a +8. And he needed to do this so he could put his machine on here. Now it's hurricane season right now. And what we're gonna do, should there be a real powerful storm, we'll put HESCO baskets and bring it back up to 18. But again, we can't, hurricane season is 6 months. We can't delay our projects because we wouldn't have our system up and improved if we waited in between hurricane seasons.
How long is that section going to do?
I think it's about 40 feet that he reduced. That's just the machine to work on. Now, this is again, here's 13 and drop down to 8. Of course, that's what we're replacing is the 8-foot elevation over here, our wall. Now, again, that's the reason we built it. This we're going to have the sheet pile up to 13 feet over here and attached to the Rose floodgate. And again, another view. Here's the floodgate closed. There's a 13-foot elevation. And when we're finished with the job, we're going to have a sheet pile, A-frame sheet piles all along here to 13, and the same thing over here. And then the work that this is the one that's kind of most important. Again, we're in hurricane season, and now we're doing construction work. So every week we check it to see what type of plan and what we'd be doing. We have HESCO baskets to take care of it, but we've taken dirt away in some places, put shell in other areas. So every week we look at it and say, what if we have a powerful storm, what would we do? Now we want him to hurry up and finish. So he's progressing pretty good. The weather's been pretty cooperative. But again, what's happening, here's the floodgate, the lock. To about a 16-foot elevation. We're building this up to 18 feet. And you're going to see the pictures I'll show you. They're going to be doing the rebar, put the concrete on over here. You're going to see this monolith over here. And this is how the gate's going to be sitting on the side of the road. You're going to see the concrete middle that's supported by piles. And you see the other side. And then, of course, there's a big pile of dirt because we have to move the levee a little bit from here to connect over here. Now here's a drone shot. We're outside the system looking toward Golden Meadow. This is Golden Meadow over here. You can see the emergency boat dock. And here's our A-frame wall, 16-foot elevation coming here. And then here's the wall that's going to be built. It's going to be up to 18 here. This is that monolith. Here's the support. This is where the gate's going to actually stand. You can see the road, how much straighter it's going to be and safer. And also the slope coming down here. The slope was kind of steep, and now we put it to the standards that the state has. And that's why we had to move the gate back over here and not stay in the line of the elevation that was there before. And here's that pile of dirt. We're going to bring that over here. We're going to extend the levee from here to here, and then come across and connect here. Now here we're Golden Meadow looking south toward Fouchon. There's that monolith, here's that slab. Here's a sheet pile, and this is the wall that goes to the block. Here they're working on putting the rebar on. Again, they're going to raise this. It's going to be a few feet higher. This is at 16, this is going to be at 18. Okay, that's the elevated section. Now we're looking at it from the inside looking out. I mean, I'm sorry, this is this is inside looking out. As you go across the road, and this slab here, and then of course the asphalt road going through it. And this is set up so you can have the support for the gate itself. Be cable supports in the gate. And as you see the road, the road is basically going to come right here. Of course, it's going to come right this way. And then pump station before, we finally started working on getting the hoist system in place. This is kind of new, that the old exhaust came straight out. What we did, and you can see, this is the way it used to be. Now, when we had to work on the engine, you had the exhaust sitting right over it, so we had to kind of squeeze it through. We take this off, and the exhaust was in the way. So we've taken them out and placed them, again, we're here. Now we've got them over here. So now that we lift the engine with new hoist system, we can take it all the way across and not have a problem and do it safely. Right now, we're very fortunate that with all the work we've been doing and moving engines around, that we have not had any accidents. The guys have been real careful, but now it's going to be a lot safer, a lot more efficient when we do the repairs. Guys doing the work again, welding the new exhaust direction. What was it, 2 years ago when we had the problem with the levee at Yankee Canal? I just want to show it, you know, we had, the parish went ahead and rebuilt the levee, and we said we'd take over and start maintaining it. One of the things we did is drive the plastic sheet piles with the road again. And it's in great shape. There's a sheet pile stopping the water wave action from eating up on it in this area. You look at it, plastic sheet pile working perfectly. We put it just off the edge of the levee so that it breaks the wave action and allows the glass to go in between. And as you look in this area, because this is when Yankee Canal, it's still small, it hadn't expanded out, so we didn't need to put a sheet pile in here, but this is looking toward where the people live. We maintain the levee all the way to the back where the people live in part of Patos is, and there the parish is responsible from there to the bayou. Again, at this width of water, there's not enough wave action to cause a problem, so this is just natural growth without us having to put the plastic sheet pile. So it's been working out in really good shape. This is the area we're going to talk about receiving and awarding a bid for the low bid for the mitigation for Morganza. And this is the area that's mitigated. Let's see if I yeah, there's another slide. Well, actually, the Apache levee is actually over here. It's right in the corner of Apache Farm here and our levee here.
They have about 30 acres.
I think it is. You remember, Steve?
Close to 50, 49.
That much? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, great. Great. And this is the project itself they're doing on Apache Farm. They finally filled in the canal in the back. It's hard to see, but they've actually completed the levee. The levee's over here. They're going to bring this up to, I think it's 10 feet. And this is what the canal used to be. This is the Borough Canal. Here's the ballroom. That's a big berm. They're going to be taking the material off of here and stacking it on here. And that's where it's going to intersect our levee. Yeah, again, along with that gate, there's also other gates of Delta Farms Road for hurricane season. We also have our gate on Delta Farms Road, we tested it. There's also a valve for drainage for the people outside of the system when we don't have a storm. Of course, if there's a storm, we close that valve. And that valve works out real well. And there's some concern with, there's some projections that maybe we'll have a low pressure system in the Gulf. And again, this law is going to get in the Gulf. Nobody knows for sure what it's going to do. If it's going to be anything, if it's going to be a shoo-shoo, or it could be like, what was it? It was June 27th, 1957, when Audrey, tropical storm Audrey, in 24 hours turned into a Category 4 storm, killed 500 people in southwest Louisiana. So this time of year, those things can happen. The odds are they'll get in the Gulf. And right now, the forecasters can't tell anything. Once it gets in the Gulf, they'll see the weather around it to see where it's going to hit. They really have no idea what it's going to do. And hopefully it's nothing much, but you know, unless something really strange happens, like what happened in 1957, we probably won't have any real effect. It will have to do anything. If it stays a tropical storm, our levees, and even when we're doing the work at the lock with the road, we probably won't have to put any escrow baskets, if it looks like it's gonna do what we think it's gonna do. But we're prepared to take action if we need to. Any other questions on hurricane preparations?
They're not gonna go over the levee, and go no matter about a park yet, they're gonna hold off.
Well, we're gonna wait to see when the other machine is ready, we'll talk about it, but if they do, again, we've got that levee is right around 16, 17 foot elevation, we knock it down to maybe 12 feet, and we go through. When we do it, we're gonna have material ready to go, we'll have escrow baskets to make sure that we can get the elevation back up to what we need to. And again, when that happens, you're talking about a major storm to get water to that elevation now. The highest elevation we've ever had against the levee system was from Gustav, and that was a +8. Okay, nothing close to the 12 feet we got. But you never know, and we're prepared to bring it back to the original elevation. Okay, I'll show you the swing gate LA1. Again, conditions have been pretty good. They've been doing the cement pours pretty much what they need to. And when Joe comes up, we can talk about what he thinks they might be able to finish. The south right of way, you know, we have an area, that's the area just north of the canal, where a piece of the levee is a little bit low. And ConocoPhillips has some property that we want to, along the drainage canal that the parish has had for years, but they own that property, ConocoPhillips. And we're getting very close to getting an agreement. John Harrington took over. He's been very cooperative, and we think we'll get an agreement pretty soon, and then we can advertise for a contract to take that material. And the levee is about 3 feet lower than other parts of the levee. We can get that up. Any questions? The north right away, we're trying to get an agreement with Clovis, where again, we want to get their little drainage canal and dig out a bit and raise the levee from about, I think it's about 12 foot elevation to about 14 foot elevation, 15. And again, we are very close, I think, to getting that agreement going on that right away. CPRE, intergovernmental agreement for the Grand Bayou floodgate. We've had it, our attorneys have looked at it. They think it's a pretty standard agreement, and we would like for y'all to give the president the right to sign upon consultation with our attorney.
We had several things that we discussed. The executive committee met with the North Lafourche and the Terrible Weather District to work out those details. And they've been worked out to the satisfaction of all three parties. So now we're ready to move. We had to have that agreement before we could get the intergovernmental agreement with CPRE. So we actually will do two things. The one with the North
Yeah, that was be the
first
item.
And then we had the one ready for the CPRE or not?
Well, I talked to Ray. He said he feels that's a standard agreement. They didn't see that as a problem.
So
That's fine, but that's still, this is the whole, as you mentioned, we need both agreements to fit properly for the right thing for our taxpayers, okay? So that's what I'm waiting for. That's why I'm giving the caveat on the consultation of our attorney. We're not gonna sign either one if it feels it's not being fair to our taxpayers.
Permission for me to sign those two agreements based on our attorney's recommendation and acceptance.
Two of them or just one?
Well, yeah, we
Both
can,
of them, potentially.
yeah, well, again, give the right to
Motion
sign.
on that, second by Roland. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Yeah, just understand, there's gonna be some money agreements, you're agreeing to get the project finished, but we're not providing the money. So basically, our agreement, I call it a Teflon agreement. Basically, we got responsibility, but it's not gonna stick to us, it's gonna stick to North Lafourche and
It's
the
a flow
territory.
through. It's a flow through.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right. So that y'all know, we ordered 3 trucks 10 months ago. We finally got the trucks in. It takes a while with state contract. We're gonna try to figure out a way how to get quicker response on those bids. It's a good pricing, but I mean, we needed those trucks 10 months ago, but our guys made you, and now we have them. On our pump stations, we're still very close to getting, there's about 3 pumps left. About 3 pump sets that we have to deal with. We're gonna get those done pretty soon, so just to kind of let you know that we're all working on that, and It's not where we want it to be, we're still lacking, pumping capacity, but all of our stations have the majority of the pumps ready to go and handle most of the rainfall that comes our way. By Lafourche water, level control permit. I should have brought a bottle of champagne. 10 years trying to get this permit, and we got it.
Got it?
Got it. And with all the things they asked us to do from the beginning, from getting computer models to sampling, to say we're gonna change things if it doesn't work out. The bottom line is we had mitigated it all when we first did the mitigation project. It specifically mentioned that water body when we did the mitigation. And we had to go through 10 years of this stuff to get to where we are today. And that's the frustration with dealing with the permits. Just like we were doing K&L, 5 years to do that one. Like I mentioned, we won World War II in less time, and it took to get that piece of paper signed. So
We won World War II, last time it took to build the LaRose Bridge.
that's right.
Wendell, at this point, we've got the permit, so what is our next action on this?
Well, we had about 5 years without having to renew that permit. It's a project, but it's not more important than the ones that we have lined up right now. So I think we're just gonna talk and put it in the priority list. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we don't have any money, there's some more important projects we need to build right now that we don't have money for, but it's gonna be a great asset once we're able to get this done. Reach Gate Marsh mitigation, approval of work, there was a little bit, look at the bids.
You want to cite the numbers to you, Wendy?
That's the one
Yeah,
that had
yeah.
that under all sorts of new.
Yeah, we can handle it, right now, we can handle whatever you want, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now.
Okay, so Steve, Mr. Chairman, Steve Smith with All South Engineers, on June 18th, we held a bid opening for the Reach K Marsh mitigation. Again, Wendell put a slide up a little while ago. This is on Bill Samar, just south of the Apache farm. Had a couple open ponds right there, about 50 acres. We received 5 bids on June the 18th. The low bid was from Coastal Dredging, Inc., and the low bid is in the amount of $1.850000 million, so $1,850,000 even. And we would recommend award of this project to Coastal Dredging as a low bidder. Again, as Wendell has alluded to a couple times, this is flow-through money that the state is funding through the Terrible Levee District, and you basically administer the contract.
What was the engineering estimate of this?
The engineering estimate was closer to 1.6, 1.5, 1.568. So it was over the engineer's estimate. It was over by, again, $300,000, okay? But all the bids, of course, the other bids were frankly much higher. This is the low bid. We talked to the contractor about his bid. To be honest with you, look and see if there was a little wiggle room in there, and we got a response that there was not. This contractor is actually doing another job in Catfish Lake right now. It's one of the reasons that we got a bid at 180 instead of a bid that was closer to 2.1. So, again, we've confirmed with the state that they have dollars available to fund this project. And recently, just before the meeting, Wendell and I were talking to the state to make sure they were good for this recommendation for today, so they are.
In case you ask, we must approve this to be that. Okay, you've heard the recommendation of our engineers, your wish, move by Roland, second by Bob, any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
And I just want to mention, in the emergency manual, we made a few changes just to update a few things. We've changed some ramps that are no longer existing, so we made those changes in there, so we've updated it. And just want to make you all aware of that. Drake, you have anything to add?
That was just fine, isn't it?
Yeah, we still got 2 engines.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the 2 engines, yeah. We have our 2 spare, I talked about the pumps, we're not quite ready, but on working on engines, we've worked all of the engines, they're all working really good. I mean, so don't have any problems at all. We finally accomplished what we want to accomplish. They're updated. We think we got a good number of years without any major repairs. But we also have 2 spare engines that we have, so that if something does go wrong in a couple of days, we can switch out and not have the pump stop. If we have to redo an engine, it might be a month or 2. So we want to go ahead and repair those 2 engines and have them ready should we need to replace them. So we like to authorize employees to up to $60,000 to repair the 2 engines. We think it's gonna be around 55
Mr. Bolton.
for both of them.
Okay, we're going to request about line items to appropriate $60,000 for the rebuilding of these 2 engines, for spare engines, moved by Bob, second by Keith. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Anything else, Mr. General Manager? Anything else? Okay. Anybody has any questions of Wendell? Okay, we'll move into engineering reports. CPRA, Daniel?
Yeah, he showed a little bit about it already, but the CPRA retail project along Apache's property, that Phil Wade is the contractor on that, and because of the drier weather, they've made some good progress. They are going to look like complete the embankment, the levee portion of the project by the end of this month, by the end of July, so that's good. The rest of the project should be done, probably completely demobilized, probably sometime in September. So that's on track. That's about all.
Any questions for Daniel? Thank you, Daniel. On to the cool project engineers, Mark?
On our LA1 elevation project, Byron Talbot's the contractor. He's continued to form and pour concrete. Today he was pouring some portions of the eye wall. He's going to continue later this week, early next week, pouring more sections of the eye wall. They're just getting ready to start gate fabrication. That's been a big holdup on the contractor's part. He's saying that he should be finished with the complete fabrication and start to install by the end of July. So fitting of the gate and actually roadway tie-in is going to be sometime in August. So I would expect that mid to late August is when you're going to have the gate in place and the roadway in place and the traffic moved over. And then subsequently you got to take the old road out and finish the rest of that. So he is running probably at least a month, maybe more behind schedule. What we're predicting right now. They have submitted the application number 6 in the amount of $373,470.38, and we do recommend you pay that.
Okay, you heard the recommendation of engineers to pay Byron Talbot's application number 6 in the amount of $373,470.38. Your wish. Moved by Max, seconded by Roland. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
And our levee section east-south excavation along Barrow Canal, Southern Delta is the contractor. They're continuing to dredge, and they should be finished by the end of July, early August. They did submit the application number 6 in the amount of $84,262.67, and we do recommend you pay that.
Okay, you heard a recommendation of engineers to pay Southern Delta Construction the application number 6 in the amount of $84,262.67. Moved by Rob, second by Keith. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries.
And our the Rose Flood Gate Improvement Project, on the parapet wall, sea level was the contractor, and they did finish out the lien period, but we don't have a clear lien certificate from them yet, so we're waiting on that to process the final payment. So the final payment is going to be applied for at the next meeting. And the other Rose Floodgate was phase 5, which is the steel A-frame and the concrete eye wall. Sea level is also the contractor on that. He's degraded the levee, he's moved in his crane, he's expected to start driving the test files this Thursday. So he's been giving a notice to proceed, so he is ordering material and getting everything ready to start the project.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Any questions, Joe? Thank you. GIS engineer, Ray.
Yeah, Ray Meyer, GIS engineering, Lafourche water control. I'm assuming, well, that's the same project you gave a permit update on, so that permit is in hand. Pump station number 4 for train upgrades. As you saw in the slideshow, the district staff personnel are doing a great job rerouting the buffers, and they should be complete by the end of the week or early next week, as well as relocating a few light fixtures that are hanging low. And we did meet with the crane rep last Monday, a week ago. He's revising his quote, basing based on 230 volt motors and doing 460, which is what we have back there. Once we get that in hand, we're gonna work with Mary, excuse me, and Wendell. We're gonna pay them a 30% deposit and get it on the assembly line. He's got about 5-week delivery on that crane. And that's really all I have for that.
You don't require any action from us at this point.
No action required of this
Okay,
one.
good. Thank you, Ray. Any questions, Ray? Thank you. Okay, Angelette, this yours,
He goes out, so Sandy Gitters, Angela Picciola. For B North, B South levee improvements based on pump station to the Golden Meadow Park, the contractor, Pontchartrain Partners, is continuing construction. We are recommending the approval of pay request number 26 in the amount of $193,487.56.
Okay, you read the recommendation of our engineers to pay Pontchartrain Partners LLC pay request number 26 in the amount of $193,487.56. Your wishes. Moved by Roland, second by Keith. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
For C South Apache Farm to Base Home Pump Station, the contractor RLB Contracting is continuing with construction. We anticipate the project to be completed in about a month, and we're recommending approval of pay request 21 in the amount of $169,188.06.
Okay, you read the recommendation of our engineers to pay RLB contractors payment number 21 for $169,188.06. Moved by Mack, second by Roland. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
And the last one, Morganza to the Gulf Reach L, will be reviewing plans and specs with the district this month, so that we can begin advertising for levee construction from Apache Farm to Grand Bayou, and that includes options for the Bayou Blue Gate construction.
Any questions for Sandy? Sandy, you Charlene's daughter or no Charlotte?
Charlotte's.
Okay, next we have Delta Consultants, Mitch. Mitch is not here. Anybody give a report for Mitch? Not, we'll move on to All South Engineers. Stevie, you
I have
gave your
nothing
report
further,
already.
we'll go ahead with it.
Okay, well, we're moving along.
I think,
Engineers, Laura, don't mess it up. We're on a roll.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet, okay. We've been in contact with the Corps. We should have that permit. It's just changing out the type of structure by the end of this week. So that will be complete, but we continue, like I said, to make have communications with them daily to get that squared away. The CPRA final responses are going to also go out. Those are going out today. And then the last thing will be the IGA and contracts that y'all put into place. But I talked with Wendell, I'm going to put a timeline of like outstanding items. for you
We
guys.
require no action from
Yep.
this board at this point. Okay, questions, Laura?
Thanks.
Okay, moving on to legal permits and rights of way. Mitch is not here. I think we have two permits.
Yeah, two permits, Delta Seaboard Marine and East Pipeline, neither one affect the levee system.
Okay,
We should go ahead and approve.
moved by Max, seconded by Roland, that we accept those as presented. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Okay, board attorney, and no one's here. Unusual, last year, with 4 attorneys last week.
I noticed that we had, on our yearly budget, we had hardly any attorney fees at all.
And that's when they don't.
Alcohol, you don't pay them.
That's the key, you don't pay them. Okay. Finance committee, Monty's not here too.
As a President of Finance Committee, man, we go and recommend approved payment from all invoices.
Recommendation and the motion by Committee Chairman Keith, that we approve, moved by Mac, second by Mac. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Personnel committee, Roland? No. Monty again?
But the Personnel Committee did meet, and we discussed permanent move of Kelly.
Morgan.
Morgan.
No, it's Schwest, that's a typo.
Kelly Schwest, yeah, I thought.
Kelly Schwest.
To Mobile Equipment Operator 1, and Mr. Alan Alamo from Mobile Equipment Operator 1 to Mobile Equipment Operator 2. and the committee recommends that.
Okay, you have a recommendation of the chairman and the motion to move so, seconded by Bob. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any old business? Any old business? Any new business? None, we'll need a motion. Moved by Max, seconded by Bob, for adjournment. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That's why I reckon.
Hey, Gabby.